Hey, welcome to Make It Funny with David Dravanak, where I take your suggestions, of which I've gotten none so far. But, someday I'm setting the foundation for what I imagine will be this interaction between me and the audience, where you give me a suggestion and I make it funny. Right now, I'm just using a random word generator, or to be honest with you, sometimes I just pick topics I want to talk about, and then I lie to you and I pretend as if it was just off the top of my head. Anywho, none of it matters. Trees. That's the suggestion that the chat GPT gave me. Anyway, get to it. A lot of people think trees are beautiful, and they are. But there's a dark side to trees that most people don't talk about, don't want to admit it, or maybe I'm the only one who's experienced it, but my house is haunted by trees. Oh boy, is it. I mean, there's creaking I hear in the middle of the night. There's swaying. Sometimes I feel like the house is swaying in the middle of the night. It's always in the middle of the night. I hear groans. And it makes sense because, let's face it, my house is a tree graveyard. They made an entire movie called The Poltergeist based on the fact that the house, which, by the way, is haunted by trees, was on top of a Indian burial ground, and this is why they were terrorized by the demons of the Indians, because of the sacred ground. But my entire house is nothing but a tree graveyard, because that's all it's made out of. Fathers and daughters and sons of trees, all used to make the wall that hangs this stupid painting behind me. Of course they're gonna haunt me. They have to be pissed. So there's just death everywhere. I don't know how I can even enjoy having a cup of coffee in the morning surrounded by so much death. And I see the trees, they look at me judgmentally. I don't normally see it because my walls are painted, but there was the one time I got mad and I punched a hole through the wall, and there's the tree. It's just staring right at me like, you murderer. And then I have to explain, like, I didn't murder you. It was like this when I got here. And then the tree, the 2x4, which once was a tree, goes, well, would you have the same argument if 150 people had been murdered in this house? Would you still be so casual about your coffee? Would you be more casual if 150 people were murdered and then used to build the place you live in? A hut or igloo of just human carnage? Could you enjoy your coffee then? Not to mention, if you're in an igloo, you're obviously in Alaska, and now your coffee's getting cold so much faster. Did you know that if you put a spoon in your coffee gets colder faster? This is what the tree told me. So thank you, tree, for that, because now my coffee doesn't get as cold because I take the spoon out. And I'm sorry that I live in all of your death. Could you please stop haunting me? I'm going to bring in an exorcist, like a little tiny woman. No, better yet, I'm going to bring in a lumberjack. A big, busky lumberjack, and he's going to come in here and scare the shit out of the dead trees and be like, you best not keep haunting my boy. That's what he calls me, the lumberjack. My boy, because I'll kill more of your family members. And I'll use them for firewood, which is basically just killing them for nothing. Because it's not a fire for heat or survival, like it's just for my entertainment while I drink beer with my big screen TV outside, which is so annoying, which I have attached to a large tree. Anyway, my point is, trees are evil. We should stop. All these people like, you got to go out and smell the trees or whatever. Okay. Anyway, that was Make It Funny. If anyone wants to leave a suggestion better than trees, because that was whatever the hell that was, just leave it in the comments or email me or send me a post at 444-2434 Chicago.